Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be all about, well, what you should do when you get a new snowblower. And, well, one of the main things that I found can be very aggravating over the years is the rims. The tires and the rims over time, well, the rim will actually start to rust over time. And guess what? They're all tubeless. All of these are tubeless. So what's the best thing to do? Well, I got the fix right here. I'm going to show you how it's done. And because most of the time, right around the outside here, over the years go by, guess what? It rusts right here and you start to get slow leaks. And for all of you that had snow blowers, well, you know, very inconvenient to be trying to fix these in the middle of the winter. So this is the fix. I'm going to show you what to do. Let's get over to it right now. Now the first thing you have to do is, well, you have to actually jack up your snowblower. Now how many of you know how to jack up your snowblower? Well, I'm going to show you that too. They're going to get to that next. Okay, so here's the rim. All they have is these small little pins here. You just lift them up, then you just take this out and take your assembly off. So I'm going to show you what I use, and it's a just an ordinary jack, a scissor jack, and all I've done was just I got just a scrap piece of plastic here. Use the outside edge of the frame here, and then I just push it in just like this, and I've got a little modification on the end here. It's a 3/4 inch octagon stock that I bolted on. You can see there, I've been using this particular jack for years. And then we jack it up, because when you take a look at the back here, there's not much to jack up on. And what you don't want to do is jack up in the center, because it'll just push right straight up. So yeah, you want to pick on the outside edge, and we'll start to raise this up and show you how easy it is. If you've got one of these little scissor jacks, they're cheap. You don't need to use the bar stock, but you can just use the ordinary crank handle that comes with them. So let's start right now. And it'll come up very easy. Now, you'd be surprised how heavy these machines are. You know, this one here is over 300 pounds. So, I mean, you don't have to lift it much. And you can see that's pretty much it right there. And I'll come over and just pop the pin up here. And then pull her off. Now I suggest every year you take the assembly off and just put some grease on here, because last thing you want is your rim to rust and rust right to the shaft. That is another common problem. So let's go over to the bench. Let's see how we're going to seal this tire up. Okay, so first of all, you have to really have like a half decent cleaned tire. Last year when I put the snow machine away, when it come to the springtime, I wash it all down. So this is a very clean. If it's not that clean, just clean it up a bit. It's not that particular. But I just use black silicone, RTV silicone. Doesn't have to be this brand or anything, but I just use a black silicone. And I'll just get some out here. And all I do, you don't got to be real fancy, is I just run a bead around all the edge here and turn the tire, bring it all the way around. Doesn't got to look that pretty, guys. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just get my finger and just a Kleenex, something to wipe it off, and I just go all the way around like this, again with my finger, just to kind of pack it in there a bit, smooth it over, and bring it all the way around, and that there will seal really nice. Now I do this for all my off-road tires, including all of you that have followed the channel for a long time, with the spare rim underneath my vehicle on my trucks, and I seal them right in good. as well, so that the salt and the corrosion doesn't start at your rim, work its way under, and cause a slow leak. And what most people do at that particular point in time is scrap the idea of a tubeless tire, and they put a tube in, which has its challenges for itself. But that's it right there, and that's not hard to do. And I'll do the other side and do the other tire, and I'm good now for the life of this tire. Now, it's not like an automotive tire where you have to balance the tire and everything else. This is not going to do anything as far as balancing or put everything out of sync or anything. It's just sealing it up like this, and it only takes 2 minutes. Okay, so there we go. That's the second tire I put on. Took me 2 minutes for each tire, and about 3/4 of a tube of black RTV silicone, and it's as easy as that. So what do you think? Okay, so I know the first question is going to be, okay, so when you put that RTV silicone on there, or any silicone, I mean, if you want to be fancy, you can put white on there. It doesn't really matter, right? But you can use whatever you have. And is it going to cement the rim to the tire so that if you ever have to service it, you can't get it off? No, no, no. You'll have no problem getting your tire off in the future. That's not a problem. And when you're thinking about doing this, let me know in the comments below if any of you do this to your off-road equipment, because I find that the snowblower tires are really susceptible to rusting more than most other off-road tires, because where I am in the salt belt, well, they salt the sidewalks, they salt the road, they salt everything around here. So I mean, yeah, when you get the ice and snow built up on your rim, especially on the inside, well, it starts corroding fast. So yeah, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you do this, or you do it to your wheelbarrow, or you do it to your off-road carts, to you name it. Because you know what? Over time, yeah, they start to rust, cause leaks, cause you headaches too. So thanks for joining me here today. Come back again. If you haven't seen this channel, you're welcome to subscribe and see some interesting things that I do every week. Cheers.